Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's quite bright here in the corner. I am in Newport, Rhode Island, and I'm doing my morning talk, and right behind me is a graveyard. It's very interesting. I don't know if you can really see that. Anyway, I'm just turning on the camera this morning. I saw a video by Causeyshare, and Causeyshare is one of my favorite, I guess you could say, comedians, transformational comedians. And well, if you don't know him, it's K-Y-L-E-C-E-S-E, and also he's a transformational comedian, and so look him up. I'm also part of EOL community, Evolving Out Loud community, and at the moment I'm inspired by him. So those of you on my regular page or on my YouTube channel, he had a video this morning and about turning on the camera and just speaking, just coming up with whatever you want to talk about and just sharing that. And I have been doing that quite some time now, for about, I don't know, with my videos since my birthday, really. I started vlogging and I started my channel. So anyway, and sometimes it's gone through a lot of I don't know, a lot of things. I talk about topics and I think about topics before I turn on the camera and all this, but more and more I'm more free and developing myself, and I also have some outrageous videos to put myself out there so I can feel the vulnerability, and it's really quite amazing. And so anybody who's here, regardless if you're on YouTube or Facebook or on Facebook on the EOL community or on my own Facebook page, wherever you're seeing this video, I cannot tell you how fantastic it is to upload videos every day, or to do videos every day, even if you don't upload them. I think when I upload them, I become much more vulnerable. And so anyway, so his topic about this morning was about, it's very interesting what he was saying, because he's all about evolving out loud. And so he teaches workshops all over the world, and he's written a book called I Hope That I Screw This Up, and that really resonated with me, and it really changed, or it gave me, you know, a connection of there's somebody like myself who I realize, you know, like as a creative person, I'm a choreographer and I'm a creative person, so I have many ideas that sometimes I maybe perhaps in the past I would judge those ideas. And he wrote a book called I Hope I Screwed This Up, and as a comedian, he is a transformational comedian. So he speaks, it's about consciousness and the expansion of consciousness, and how we are so conditioned to relate on our fears, and it inhibits us to be more creative and to speak out loud or evolve out loud, or to take a risk because we're afraid of how we're going to be seen or whatever. So anyway, because of him, and I saw this morning, but I've been doing it for some time because I know his books and stuff like that, that I would want to just turn on the camera and just start talking about some topics and just to share with you, and that's what I've been doing. And sometimes it's kind of scary because, you know, like sometimes you're in the mood, sometimes you're not in the mood, and I think that's one of the great things about doing, like I do Monday through Friday, so I committed myself to that and have the weekend off for my videos, and so that's currently what it is right now. And when you do these every day, you realize the impermanence of these mental constructs, or the impermanence of moods, or something like that. So I'm really fascinated by that, and fascinated by that relationship to myself, because before I upload these things, or as I'm uploading them, I don't judge them at all. I don't do that at all. And I edit some of my vlogs, but not my talks that I do. And so I'm just let myself just be free and speak out of my mind. And I, you know, think about topics before or less or something. So I don't know, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but basically I just turn on the camera and talk freely from my mind and what I'm experiencing, and And it's my vulnerability is so much less in this area and how I'm perceived and all that. And it's such a beautiful, wonderful thing. And so I suggest to anybody to upload videos or to do videos every day, just to be able to look at yourself and to even compare them, maybe if you're interested at all, or just going with the flow to see how you develop and see that, you know, thoughts and feelings and things, they come and go. They're like the clouds and you're the sky behind those clouds, and those things just come and go and pass. And I feel like as a creator, he's given me this inspiration to continue to evolve out loud and to continue to create spontaneously with whatever is in front of me, and how just making decisions and not even being concerned about those decisions, or how you're being seen, or that it's going to be good or it's going to be bad, or it's going to be, you know, labeled as or judged or something like that. Because at the end of the day, you can only do that to yourself. And I don't really have any labels and judgments. Of course thoughts arise, but I don't like, you know, I really don't care. And if my mind starts coming up with some kind of a label or judgment of what I'm doing and my behavior or how I'm perceived and all that kind of thing, and those of you who have been watching me since my birthday, since last year, May 6th is my birthday, which is coming up soon, so it's almost a year, you see that I don't, you know, that I obviously don't give a fuck, basically, and that I don't care about the reactions that I'm going to get, or even with myself. And you know, I can judge myself for my talks, and because I feel scattered, or I feel that what I'm saying is not interesting, and all those kind of things arise. And they arise, those thoughts arise, like thoughts arise because that's what our brains do. But where do these thoughts come from? Because if you don't want them anymore, but I see them and they're valuable for me to recognize these constructs or these thoughts that arise and fall. And also, you know, I speak also about the positive ones, because sometimes I think the talks are really great, but that doesn't really affect my ego in the sense of to be inflated. And so not just the talks, it affects my daily life, and it affects my relationship to others, and my relationship to the moment, and to my creativity, and to my thought, and this so-called knowledge that I've accumulated when it comes to, you know, in my profession, because that's different from wisdom. And wisdom is my development of being aware of my reactions, and being aware of everything that arises and falls. And sometimes I can feel really overwhelmed, and sometimes I can feel really, you know, amazing, and I've said some amazing things. But like I was just saying, you know, if I watch my ego and like attach to all of this is ego, because, you know, and we are not our egos. So I just stress that really a lot, and I stress that within myself, because whenever something comes up in my mind with relationship to what I'm doing or saying, I can react to it. But if my ego starts to become inflated, because I've done well, or if I'm an artist, so if my work is perceived as being very good or whatever, then, you know, I can start to really pat myself on the back in the sense that, you know, that I'm good, or that, you know, that's got to always stay, and that, you know, I want to be seen as the best, or I want to be seen as, you know, this amazing person, and all this kind of thing. Well, that's just ego stuff, and things arise. I mean, things arise often in my head. Negative and positive, but it's all just a simple play, and it's all just a simple play in a person's life. And my perspective is just a perspective, and it changes, and it can change as I get older. So that whole thing about there's no such thing as time is an incredible thing to recognize, because it just doesn't make sense at all. And we are, like, how can you say, we're beings, and we've learned time as being linear, and, you know, we can relate to time because our bodies seem to be getting old, or, you know, we start to have more difficulties, or all this kind of things that we've learned. But we've learned so much, we've learned so many things, and it becomes our identities. And all of this stuff is, until all this stuff, you know, is there, and that conditional thing that I constantly talk about is so, because I'm fascinated by it, and I just like to talk about it and share it. So yeah, if you get where I'm going, and if you don't get where I'm going, that's okay. It's all good, because I want you to realize, just in my share with my friends and the people who watch my channel, that all is good, man. It's all really good. And we need to lighten up with the fact that we we can produce more negativity or more positivity by not really following the thoughts and being overwhelmed by them, positive or negative, or believing in our egos that we are the best or we are this. I think, you know, fundamentally we're all, you know, I know we're all the same, and our hearts beat by themselves, and, you know, our food digests by itself, and that's really more or less what I recognize that I am, and that I really have the opportunity with my brain to recognize that. But that's coming from consciousness and just the awareness of the observer, that I observe myself, and I look at myself in every instant, and I don't have to be right, or nor do I have to have the right answer, or, you know, or the wrong answer, or whatever. It's just all so interesting, and it's a play. And wisdom comes into play, but then again, you know, what is wisdom and everything? And I don't know. What I do know is that we can manifest our dreams, and all of that we manifest. And I like to, you know, like Jim Carrey said, Jim Carrey is an amazing person to me, and he's really inspired me to really live out loud and to evolve out loud and just to be myself. And, you know, some days are easier than others, but he has said, you know, and I really firmly believe, because my ego really loves to know that the fact that I can create and I can manifest my dreams, and I have been doing that. We all have been doing that. We all do it, regardless if we know it or not, because we create by default. And it can come quicker, and dreams can be achieved, and all that kind of thing. But when you achieve those dreams, or those dreams come true, you can get attached to those and feel like you need to always constantly be that, or be, you know, the best, or that all, you know. So getting back to the point, what Jim Carrey has said is that, you know, he's no person, and I firmly believe that too. I have an ego, but I'm not my ego, nor my story. So there's no person here, nor my name. You know, I think about my name that was given to me as a child. And I grew up under certain circumstances that created this identity of mine. And so as the observer, and I start to look at all that stuff, it becomes very interesting. And I believe that we can absolutely manifest. And I certainly do love that. But none of that really matters at the end of the day. Nothing matters. All that matters is love, and unconditional love, and knowing that we can do that. And it's the fun. It's in the fun of having that manifestation. It's in the fun of that. But attachment to that manifestation, and attachments to those dreams, they lead you, and from my experience, and it's just a perspective, it's mine and mine alone, that when I get there, I shoot other rockets of desire, like Abraham Hicks, I love them, says, you shoot other rockets of desire, and, you know, you're asking for more. And what you ask for, you receive. And we, like I said, we create by default. And all of this is so magical and wonderful. I'm feeling very good at the moment, and flowing, and just flowing to share the idea of a person and a perspective, and realizing that I'm amazing, and I am wonderful, and I'm conscious, and I am a human being having this spiritual experience, and I have the possibility to relate and to live spontaneously in the moment and to evolve out loud, and that's so incredible. And I am really having the relationship to myself, and I love life. I love it so much, and I'm so grateful for, you know, what is really happening right now. And to my EOL community, Kyle Cease, thank you so much for starting this community, and for all the people that are there. The most loving and respectful and non-judgmental people are there, and And also thank you so much for my own Facebook page, to my fans on my Facebook page, or my followers on my YouTube channel. It's all just so incredibly beautiful, and I'm so grateful for knowing that there are people out there that are like-minded, and also people out there that are haters, because they teach me about love. And so all is good, but at the end of the day, we're not our stories, we're just human beings having the spiritual experience. And I feel like I'm ascending, and I love that. And I'm ascending, and heaven is right here, and I love it so, so much. I'm going today to create, my second day to create my work here in Newport, and I'm so grateful to be here. And I love and I want to inspire everyone in that room, unconditional love, and inspire them to be authentically themselves behind their craft, so they can feel good and respected. And that's my motive. That's my motive behind my work, not the outcome. It's nice when it is great, but it's also okay when it's not, because everything is okay. I love you so much, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you, which is tomorrow. And have a great and beautiful day. And lighten up, and be free and crazy and fun, and do something that scares you today, so you'll know that there's nothing but fear itself. Okay, I love you, and thank you so much. Bye guys, bye.